John, do you see a possible link between Russian attempts to undermine the support for Ukraine as a part of this operation and a 6 months delay in approving supplemental in Congress that we had earlier this year? And if we can stay on Ukraine, today Russia hit Lviv with ballistic missiles. It's a western city. 7 people were killed, also a 7-year-old girl. Yesterday was Poltava. It's a central eastern Ukrainian city. How does it make sense that Russia keeps on killing Ukrainians while Ukraine, and killing Ukrainians even far away from the front lines, while Ukraine is not allowed to use provided weapons to hit military targets inside Russia, where these attacks are coming from?
Yeah, on your first question, I cannot point to connective tissue between RT's covert influence activities and the delay of the supplemental. You know, you should talk to members of Congress, the Republican side in particular, who held that up. And they can talk to their reasons for why they did that. And for that 6 months, you want to talk about what's going on in Ukraine today? For that 6 months, Russia made gains. Russia gained ground. They took territory. They killed more Ukrainians. And they really put the Ukrainian forces up against it because they didn't have the weapons to fight back. That was a tough 6 months, and it did set back the campaign in Ukraine. As for what's going on now, we condemned it yesterday, and we condemn it today, what Mr. Putin's doing. Hitting civilian infrastructure, trying, especially in advance of winter coming, knocking out energy grids. It's despicable. Unfortunately, it's a play right out of his playbook. It's not something new that he hadn't done before. Nothing's changed about our view that Ukraine should be able to use the tools it has available to it to defend itself. And that's why air defense continues to be a prominent issue in these security packages that we're giving, so that they can help defend against these attacks on their energy infrastructure. But
inside Russia, where these attacks are
I was getting there. I was getting all warmed up. I was getting there. I'm telling you, nothing's changed about our policy with respect to long-range strikes inside Russia and for Russian territory. I also think it's important to note, if I might, that 90% of the aircraft that Russia uses for glide bombs and long-range strikes, we've done the math on this, 90% of them lie outside 300 kilometers from the Ukrainian border, deep inside Russia. So the argument that somehow if you just give them and attack them, and tell them it's okay, that they're going to be able to go in and hit the majority of the Russian aircraft and air bases that are in fact used to strike them, is not true. It's a misconception.
So we don't foresee the change in policy ever?
I don't have any policy changes to speak to today.